Apologies for the lack of videos over the last few weeks. We've had French car show at Castle Combe. Some of you may have been there. I'm sorry if I didn't say hi. If you did come and say hi, you were looking for us. We were at the 306 Owners Club stand. It was a great day, but the videos you're about to see are sort of updates prior to French car show, running up to it, getting things ready, and I just didn't have time to load them up. I also went away for a week just after the show. So we're back now. So you're going to see some updates now prior to the show, and then we'll update you at the end of this video, this whole video, about our return from French car show, how it went, and then I'll link you to some other videos I'm going to be trying to edit at the same time for track time and actually the car show, how the car show went. So enjoy the videos, and I'll see you at the end of this video. Alright, so a little update on the interior. It needs cleaning. It's very dirty. It's kind of almost finished, to be honest. I might add a little bit of the soundproofing, like mesh stuff, just to tie up the doors, because they look a bit messy, to be honest, but I don't know, might just leave it for now. I can't be bothered. Anyway, the dash is basically finished as far as I'm concerned. The dash needs a little bit of support, so I put a strip of Lexan I had spare and flocked it, and that attaches to the bottom of the heater dars, and then there's a little piece that goes up there to the dash there, and I'll wire those in at some point. Basically it's 12 volts and a couple of USB as well, which is quite handy, good at shows and stuff, charging your phone. I've also installed our EMP gauge where I said I'd be, which is cool. It's really neat in there. Took a bit of fiddling from behind, that's fine, sorted. And then some switches, fans, Arduino, and then this will be for something else another time. Flocked a piece of trim in there, and we painted, it's that clean, it's clear. We painted this moonstone blue as well, just to sort of pop out a little bit, which I think it does. Nice and cool. Under the bonnet's pretty much done. I'm quite proud of one of the little things I did. It's got a little S2000 air filter, which came cream, so we painted it black. But for mounting purposes, it was just rattling down here, so I made this little bracket in there, a little rubber grommet hole there, and it just slots in, because on the end of the filter, the S2000 filter, it's got a little nubbin, and that just slots in there, holds nicely. We've got a cold air feed there, and then we're going to have a little cold air feed coming up from the bonnet when the bonnets arrive, hopefully Monday. Just waiting for Ruin to arrive, so I just need to swap boost can over for a vac can to run off the Arduino system, and hopefully we get that to work. Looking nice and peachy. Excuse my hiccups. Right, and then the other thing that needs sorting out next basically is interior. So I've got an old wing over here. I'm going to use this as sort of a, you might see at French car show, I'm going to put some pictures on it and stuff, and the project. And basically I've just been practicing, I've never machine polished before, been practicing with some machine polishing on it. So the bonnet and the roof and a couple of quarter panels, desperate need for it. So I've got some stickers to go on it. This is from Prescott Hill. That'll go somewhere, and then somewhere else, I think it's in here. Yeah, here we go. We're going to French it up a little bit. So we've got some French flags. They're going to go on the wing mirrors. Got some actual French flags. We'll hang them somehow from the car. And then we've got some little flags which I'll basically the idea is to put them up the side of the car, like sort of dirt specks as they go up, which look quite cool. That's it, other than the stuff I've got for the bonnet. But we'll wait for the bonnet to arrive. Got a lot of work to do on the bonnet to make it fit, aero catches, etc. And then I'll show you that when it arrives. So, for now, until Ruin arrives, that's it. It's looking good. Did the wheel alignment again, that's all good. Brakes are okay, going to swap over the pads to the DS 2500s though, and then it'll just be polish up the pump, polish up the turbo, give it a clean and polish. It's about done. Start ticking stuff off. I haven't added the oil cooler yet though, that needs sorting. I'm hoping some chemical metal might sort that out. Anyway, that should be it. I'll upload this now, and hopefully it should be up at the weekend. But tomorrow is a wedding anniversary for me and Mrs. Piggy. 7 years, so happy anniversary Mrs. Piggy if you're watching, and we're going to be busy for the weekend just enjoying each other's company rather than messing around with cars. So I thought a little update was necessary. I've been really busy this week with French Car Show coming. I have machine polished the roof, and the sides down to the door bumps basically, and the wings. I just need to do the bottom edges now. I'll probably do those by hand, the bumpers and the boot. As we've been testing, it's been a lot of smoke, so I haven't done the back for that reason as yet. Put some stickers on, some more stickers to go on today. The bonnet's off, I'll show that for a reason. Engine bay's kind of finished. Tomorrow night I'm going to dress it all the night before and polish a few things, the pump and the turbo. The reason the bonnet is off is the fiberglass bonnet should be in here. That was my cherry on the cake, and that's gone horribly wrong, not arrived, long story. So I had a bonnet that looked really ugly, if you remember rightly. Sort of the inside was all stripped, so it was the wrong colour and the top's dented, but we're still going to stick with the plan. So first stage of the plan, I put the bonnet up in the sun, and I painted it, the half can of moonstone I had spare, which is really good. And then I've roughly cut out, using a stencil I made, a nice French tash, and then we'll black that off, and hopefully we'll have a little tash on the inside. And then we'll flip the bonnet round, give it a quick clean and polish, and then I've got some vinyl, which is going to go on the fiberglass bonnet, but like my wing mirrors, which I've done, it'll be the French flag. I've got nothing to lose, the bonnet's kind of ruined. So this should hopefully just tart it up and make it look nice. I've finished the wing stand. There's much light in here. So I've finished the wing stand. This will go by the car, and a little wheel sits in there. And then a little flag pole as well to hold the French flag. So they'll sit next to the car and make it look all French. We need to put some more sellotape on it though, because it's not working very well. And then we've made a little stereo box here, a little stereo that I had and some speakers someone gave me, so we can play some French music, which I'm just burning onto a disc. So that's where we're at. Let's paint the moustache. So, little updates. Tash is on. Badly painted the bonnet on the inside just to cover up nastiness. And the vinyl didn't go so well, so we went for the old Italian, like they do, off stripe, but only that it's a French flag, not an Italian one. So that's what we've gone for, because I ruined the rest. And a little pile. Sean was very helpful. I'm going to go pump his tyre up again in a minute because it's got a puncture. But now he decided that it would be a good idea to do the badge.
You may or may not see the final finish.
We'll all see the final finish. I'll make a big deal of it. I'll do a video just about the final finish of this job. Is that alright? It's a bit warm today. Doesn't seem to help with vinyl. We're back from French car show. This is kind of how the car looks on the day. We last minute ditched attempt for the fiberglass bonnet, which should be arriving actually tomorrow now, but it didn't arrive in time. So we stuck some stripes, which actually I'm going to keep now. I think I quite like those. May keep the badge as well. We won't keep the wing mirrors; they were a bit bodged, just to try and make a French car theme. And we stuck some kind of French flag sprays both sides. That's kind of how it was, and the inside of the bonnet was a bit wrecked. I think you've just seen the updates, so we kind of had it looking like that. So we've come back from French car show. How did it go? There were some great positives, a few negatives. Went there and back fine, no problems at all really. Track time was good. It did feel a little bit slow because we were just taking it steady, and it very quickly got very hot, well over the 100-degree mark. So we came back in, let it cool down. I then remembered to take the number plate off because we got the holes behind there. If you remember from watching the video when we made everything light, that helped a little bit. Still was getting too hot, so we came back in again, and then we took this grill off here, which very simple, but I mean if you look at the grill, it just takes all the air over the top of the radiator, which is sitting behind here. So I'm going to be cutting some nice neat slots in here, I think, as a permanent solution. We've got some other options to get some cold air to there. We also didn't get the chance, or we did get the chance, but didn't get the opportunity because of the wrong lines to fit the oil cooler. That would have helped massively because of obviously the exchange between the oil and the water on the heat exchanger down there, which is a good thing. We need to keep that, but that was a problem. We also had the day before the starter motor start going a bit dicky. It was a bit annoying really, that, but someone brought it. Thank you very much, whoever that was. He came up to me, he messaged me on Facebook and said I can bring you one of them, and he did, and I'm really thankful for him. So thank you, whoever you were. I can't remember who you are, but thank you. That sorted it, so I swapped the solenoid over. So the heating was the main issue, trying to keep it cool. So we've got another rad coming. It's from a Nissan, and there'll be an update about that soon. It's not a direct fit, obviously, because it's for a Nissan, but we should be able to make it fit with a couple of taps into it and a little 90-degree bend. And it's a much thicker core. This is about 30mm, and it'll be about 50mm, and it's a full alloy one, so that should help, along with a little bit of ducting at the front. Plus we'll put the oil cooler in, but we're going to stick it in this gap, which is where I originally intended to stick it. And with the slightly narrower rad but taller, we should be able to get the pipework through just fine. CV joint died badly. I took the drive shaft out earlier in the week, and it turns out it was the intermediate CV joint, which sits kind of on the engine mount, if you know these engines well. Oh, it's stunk. So, new shaft coming, hopefully that'll come on Wednesday. I had a spare one, but it turns out it was the wrong one, annoyingly. And there was something else. Yeah, we had an exhaust leak, which I knew, but I thought it was my welding, and the exhaust gas temperature gauge just stopped working. And turns out that dangling down the back there, which you can't really see, the exhaust gauge had just popped out, lost its olive, and was just like dangling down. Which, if you follow the Instagram feed, you'll have seen a picture of that. So I've managed to find an olive and bang that back in. And my other major concern was we had, after all the track sessions, we suddenly realised we had a lot of gearbox oil, but we realised it was down the back. So we just thought, right, you know, this side, that must be the drive shaft seal. I've got a spare one of them. Then I came to doing a couple of jobs and noticed where all the tissue is, that's soaking up gearbox oil. It seems to have blown out about half a litre of gearbox oil out the breather. So I've drained it dry, and it's just dripping now a little bit, and measure off how much we've got just in case I overfilled it. But if anyone's seen that before, blowing out the breather, please send me a message on whatever media forum, 306 Owners Club, whatever. If you've got an idea or seen that before, I've never seen that before. So that's the kind of update. Tomorrow, fiberglass bonnet arrives. We'll have to do some prep work for that. We need some bits cut out of it for the bonnet pins and for an air duct to come in, and then we can paint that. We've also got, as I say, the drive shaft come in, which is good. The radiator come in, good. And we need to order a new rear beam, or just the tube with the bearings, because it got damp in there and the bearings have gone a bit rusty. So before it completely wears out, we'll get that sorted as well. So that's the update. If you click on the description, obviously, have a look down, I'll put some links, or if you click up here, there'll be a link to the other videos, or down here to subscribe, would be great. And there's other videos. I'm hopefully going to edit at some point out of this week. Might come out at the same time, or might be a couple of days after. I'm really busy. We'll edit the track time. I did take a bit of track time. Unfortunately, it was all the slow sessions. Once we got some heating sorted out, I'd forgotten about this thing, which was plugged in, not plugged in, and just on a battery, and the battery died. So there's a bit of track time at least. And also, we took some footage of the general French car show. So we'll put two videos out, French car show and track footage. And you can just kind of sit there with a cup of tea, because you've just watched Colin Furze's videos and you've run out of things to watch. Thanks for watching. See you soon.